Welcome to the We've Been Drinking MMA podcast. We are talking about the co-main event on the UFC 290 card, the Brandon Moreno and Pantoja fight. And I am going Brandon Moreno by decision.
Yep. My pick is also Brandon Moreno by decision.
Brandon Moreno, his pressure, and Pantoja is going to bring the heat the first round.
Oh, man. Power punches, punches and bunches.
Yeah. He's going to win the first round, in my opinion. Unless Brandon Moreno is going to keep the range somehow. I don't think, because Pantoja is striking his combinations in that first round because
he's going to be on fire.
It's going to be incredible. It's going to be actually, this is going to be the fight of the night, in my opinion. This is going to be one of the best. Even though Volkanovski's fighting for the main event, this is my fight of the night.
We got some great fight of the nights. Yeah, I mean, this might, as far as evenly matched, when we saw the price of Moreno at minus $200 to make 100, we were thinking like, man, this is correctly priced. Usually we never feel that way, but I felt that right away. Lousy felt that this may be a fight that you got to stay away from and not bet. Basically.
Yeah, just grab your popcorn and just enjoy.
It's gonna be a fun fight.
This is two evenly matched fighters that want to throw
high output.
Yeah,
these guys throw
volume.
A lot of punches.
I absolutely, as far as heavyweights go, you're gonna see more knockouts. But as far as fighting goes, you want to see these small weight guys, the 125, 135. They just throw bangers. They just throw and throw and throw. They just don't stop. And
great timing, with Moreno.
Yeah, and the IQ on Moreno, he's not going to get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah. But you're gonna have to stay away from the Raging Bull. Pantoja is.
You get to.
So scary.
It's going to be hard not getting wobbled with that type of volume. So submission from Pantoja is possible, but my pick is Moreno. If it gets to the third round, Moreno just takes over, in my opinion.
So Pantoja is plus 170, $100 to make 170. In his last 6 wins, he's had 1 decision, 3 submissions, and 2 KOs. So he's a finisher, and he's truly finishing everybody. He's finished his last 2 fights. He submitted 2 top 5 guys. He submitted Eric Perez. Alex Perez, excuse me, and also he submitted Brandon Royval
by submission.
And then he beat 3 fights ago. He beat Manel Kopp, so he's on a 3-fight win streak. Deserves his title shot.
Manel Kopp is an amazing fighter.
Very amazing fighter. It's a guy that phenomenal head movement, just otherworldly type looking talent. So I could see why most people, even Moreno, would decision Kopp. You're not going to knock out Kopp, basically, unless Kopp is being an idiot and showboating. He's one of those super talented, ultra talented, amazing balance, amazing in and out. He just looks like an absolute champion. He throws with heat and just knows how to time you. He's just truly a spectacle to watch. But so my point is that basically Pantoja's a finisher. Pantoja mostly finishes by submission, some KOs. So.
And Pantoja does not get finished. He loses if he does lose, which is not very often. He loses by decision.
Yeah. So we're thinking this is the plan. I mean, we talked about this beforehand because this is a very complicated bet here in our opinion. So Pantoja by submission is gonna be probably around plus 250, $100 to make $250, maybe a little bit better. But so a small bet on that, I feel like is what Pantoja's route to victory is, and then another smaller even bet on maybe Pantoja by KO. Pantoja's not going to win by decision because he's hot in the first round. In the second round, he's just not the same guy. So that's why Figueiredo beat him by decision. If Figueiredo beat him by decision, Moreno is going to easily figure him out in 5 rounds. It's going to be...
He's shown it before.
Yeah, and Moreno knows how to, go backwards, counterpunch, like he did with Figueiredo, and just twitch around and find angles, different angles to land on Pantoja. But first round Pantoja, it makes a lot of sense that he might even take the first round because he throws with so much heat and he just goes forward like the Terminator, just forward right at you. It's unbelievable, like a wall closing in. And anyone in the right mind is not going to want to just stand in the pocket and counter, because if you do that, you get submitted like Alex Perez tried to do. You don't fight with that. You stick and move. You have to stick and move. And if you stick and move,
circle.
Like the thing is that Pantoja's going to get you. He's going to kick you, leg kick you. He's gonna probably land more strikes in the first round. I mean, it's possible because he's just putting that much pressure. You have to run, and it's going to be tough for you to score on the run. So Pantoja, if he wins the first round, then Moreno will become cheaper and maybe it'll be an even money fight. Then Moreno becomes cheap. Then Moreno actually makes sense to bet on, as long as Pantoja doesn't knock him out or finish him in the first round, right? So that's when I think it makes sense to bet on Moreno. The other way to bet on Moreno before the fight starts, would be Moreno by decision.
Yes.
Yeah, and if he's minus 200,
if he gets to the third round at all,
yeah,
Moreno by decision. Yes,
it's Moreno by decision. Like Moreno, you're not gonna try and knock out Pantoja. If Figueiredo could not knock out Pantoja, right? Like if Pantoja is that crazy, and we know Figueiredo has phenomenal timing in counterpunching. We know Figueiredo's a counterpuncher, and he couldn't counterpunch Pantoja and knock him out. How is Moreno going to counterpunch and knock Pantoja out? Because Moreno likes to go forward normally. So if Pantoja is going to be going forward, Moreno's going to have to adapt into a counterpuncher here, yes, which is not his MO. Like he is a good counterpuncher, but he is really good at going forward. He's Mexican style, very aggressive. And he's going to have to now take the back seat and go backwards, which is not his bread and butter. So how are you going to finish Pantoja? It's not your bread and butter. When Figueiredo, when that's his bread and butter of counterpunching, couldn't counterpunch KO Pantoja. So Moreno by decision is going to be the bet. It's probably going to be hopefully close to even money, $100 to make 100 hopefully. And then Pantoja, by submission. Hopefully we get a lot of really
maybe you
really
can combine those. Maybe
odds.
There's a double chance where you can combine it. That's a no-brainer.
And then if Moreno, another reason why you don't want to go too heavy on Moreno is that Pantoja and Moreno have fought once before.
Yes.
It was 5 years ago, but Pantoja won by unanimous decision. So they fought before. Pantoja knows how to probably adjust a little bit to Moreno as through the round. So it's possible that Pantoja wins the first 2 rounds.
Yes.
Because if you win the first round, Moreno's like, wow, that was hard. And then Pantoja goes, well, I know what you're going to do in the second because I've seen how you fight. I've fought with you. He could take the second theoretically, but then we know that Pantoja nobody can keep up that Terminator pace. Moreno will find the angles, and Moreno will probably be at such a good price that it's going to make sense to bet him. Like we said, Moreno, there is no real big chance of Moreno finishing Pantoja. So, just rest easy and just wait for the live bet if you want. That's the best, maybe a nice, smart way to do it. And just enjoy the fight. Get some popcorn, like Lousy said.
I might not even bet this one. I might just enjoy this fight.
Yeah, because... Yeah. It's like
it's that close.
How much money are you really going to make on this fight when it's so complicated of a betting, strategy?
Like, if then this,
it's getting complicated.
It's getting too complicated.
Maybe just don't bet.
But if you are, I would go Brandon Moreno via decision because that's my prediction. But if not, just enjoy the fight.
Yep. This is not one of these fights that we're super certain on, to be honest, and there's no shame in that. He's lost to Pantoja before, so hey, But on a side note, just to further, talk about Moreno winning by decision, or at least winning this fight, is he's fought other people multiple times. He's fought Kai Kara France twice. He unanimous decision win over Kai Kara France the first time, and then he finished Kai Kara France the second time. And then Figueiredo, he drew Figueiredo the first time, and then he KO'd or submitted Figueiredo the second time. And of course, in the quadrilogy, he stopped him in the third with the eye punch
domination
that closed his eye up, and the doctor had to stop it. And I don't think Figueiredo wanted to fight anymore. There's why would you? That's stupid.
He found a way to lose.
Yeah, it's like just get out of there. It's a ridiculous situation. And so my point is that it's happened twice that the second fight Moreno not only wins but he finishes his opponent. So I'm not saying he's going to finish Pantoja, but what I'm saying is that there's a high chance that Moreno is better in the second fight and does better. And so he might, turn it around maybe in the second round. It could take till the third, but maybe he starts really turning it around and really starts figuring Pantoja out early in the second.
Yes.
So, going with Moreno by decision, and, it's a tough one to really think about. It's a fun one to think about, and it's going to be even more fun to watch. It's going to be super exciting.
Fight of the night. Like, subscribe, comment. Thanks, everybody.